Hello, my friends. This is a special request for my friend Hanny, bava.co. I believe the CO stands for Copenhagen. Bava, it's Bavarian Nordic. They're a biotech company focusing on commercialization of vaccines. So this is the overview for 2022. I'm going to do the second half because it's currently June 24th, 2022, 8:31 p.m. So I'm going to do the prognostic half, and then if you want to check out the review afterwards, I'll do the second half after the first, or the first half that's transpired already after the second half, which is still to come. All right, so there's a high in June. It marks an opportunity in the midst of a rally to open up short position. Looks like at the very end of the month, there's a decline with sideways fluctuations with the bearish trend preceding a rally. In early July, we have a notable move to the upside. Three failed attempts to break through key resistance, or three pokes through key resistance, followed by a sharp decline at the end of the month. Looks like we have a lesser trough on a 1 year. We have a lesser trough here. Looks like in early to mid July, and then we have a lesser crest. So what I mean is, like, on a 1 year, you're gonna see like crests, and then you're gonna see a high, right? Or you're gonna see troughs and a low and troughs. All right, so off of it looks like there's a peak early in July there. So we drop and then pop and test resistance 3 times. Piece of news comes out. There's a cash-in opportunity around the high there. If you're looking to get out. From what I can see, we don't revisit the highs of June, July again for the rest of the year. It is possible very, very end of the year, like the very end of December. However, there's a lot of lows in between then. All right, so August we have sideways fluctations with a bullish trend preceding a decline. And it looks like another opportunity to exit, cash out, towards maybe like the third week. Now, so sideways fluctuations in early August, bullish trend, right? Turns into a decline, a notable decline, to reach a prominent trough or a low for the year thus far. Looks like mid-August. Then we have a fast sudden move higher at the end of August, marking the end of a period of decline. There's a lesser crest there at the end of well, let's say the end of August into September. And the indolence card is correlated to the Knight of Cups, so likely we won't see that crest level again. And then we have what appears to be another low here, within year's low within close proximity to the month's high. In early September, there's multiple headwinds. You'd expect the stock to go down. It goes up. Yeah, and it looks like towards the end of the month we have a low. Oh wow, this is tricky. Okay, so here it is. So in August, mid-August, there's that low. Looks like it might even come in, the year's low might even come in like towards mid to late August. out of that, we push higher into September, where we have a September high. It's close time proximity to the low of August. We have another lesser crest here at the end of August with some sideways fluctuations, or excuse me, a sideways rotation along a key support level. We kind of rise off of it and bump up against a nearby resistance. Don't break through, and then we break back down to that same support level. It's kind of like making almost like a triangle back to where it started. If you're short, there's a cash-in opportunity. It looks like here in September at the low as well, to cash out of like puts or close out of short positions for hopefully for a profit. And then we have what appears to be another prominent crest here. I shouldn't say prominent crest here at the beginning of October. We have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance in early October. Off of the high, we have a notable decline into the end of the year. So selling from overbought territory on the RSI, which leads us into a decline moving into the end of the year, or into the end of the month of October. In November, we have a move higher through key resistance, but we don't stay above it briefly more than just a little bit, and we break back down. There's a fake out around the low, and it looks like an early... There's a fake out around the low here. It looks like towards the end of the month of November into early December, where we have the year's low. This is the definitive low and the opportunity to buy in, to start accumulating shares again, because long term, if you check out the 10-year overview that I did for BAVA, it's actually looking like a pretty good stock up until 2025. I'd want to be in it just at the right price level. So the early December is what's looking like the low, the best opportunity to open up long positions, and then late December we pop higher and we may have a new year's high relative to like everything that's the real highs here. The real highs at the first it was in January likely, with close to that here in June. We likely move higher into the following year, but there's a big push to a distant resistance level. Oh, it's a distant resistance level, so really it could be the same high. And the main theme card being the Queen of Wands indicates that we do have a higher close at the end of the year than where we started. Yeah, I would likely, if I'm in this stock right now, I would definitely buy protection immediately. If I don't have capability of buying protection, then I would exit the stock post haste. I mean, you could try and catch a crest or a peak here in early July, but looking at the overview for the year on the stock exchange, it's risky because there's a low in there. There's a year's low, so we may miss it. The opportunity to open up a short position is here in June. There's about, you have to give it like about a half a month's, like, give or take fluctuation on the time, but the sequence stays the same. So I would likely get into protection or get out of the positions immediately with the intent to buy back in at a much lower price, like on the cusp of November, December, early December. All right, so that's the prognostic half of BAVA. I'm going to check out the let's see here. Okay, so we definitely have a high at the beginning of the year. This is a year-to-date chart. We have a high in January here. Looks like decline. See this little pop right here? That's the abundance card, to move higher through resistance, stay there briefly, and then break back down. It's almost like an equidistant, like a full retracement type of thing. And it looks like that the high for the month came from a fast sudden move higher, marking the end of a period of decline. That's what we have here, or marking the end of a period of rotation. Fast sudden move higher, and then we have further decline. So we have a little pushback in March. I'd say that's a prominent high. Matter of fact, that's probably it right there as far as the sequence. So right at the beginning of April rather than March, prominent high. And then we decline further after hitting a resistance level into April. Volatility with a sudden dip to the downside. There's a sharp move lower from the high there. And then it looks like off of the low, we have a notable move to the upside, like a fast, sudden move higher, a pop out of maybe like a gap up, or a big move from like a short squeeze, or from being super oversold. And we meet an important price level, technical level, at a resistance level towards the end of April. All right, May is the dip, an early dip. Boom. We got a failure there in early May. We hit the bottom of a range. We're bound. We turn, and that's a year's low as well. We have a low correlator here towards the end of. It's a little off. It's the beginning of May, but we have a low correlator here in May. And then for May, we go from a low to a year's high. Look at that, guys, right there. Boom, year's high at the end of. I would highly. I mean, if I was in this position, I will be jumping ship right now. Just saying. And that's BAVA, my friends, for 2022. There is an opportunity at the very end of the year to get in on a long position, so remember that. Look out for that. And right now is a good opportunity to exit or to buy protection. With that said, thank you for watching. When you make money from this reading, please pay it forward, my friends. And I'll see you on the next one.